Hello, my friends. How are you? So now that digital dharma is out and the promises that AI can elevate spiritual intelligence and personal well-being, I want to share an example using the art of the prompt. So the art of the prompt is one of the chapters in the book. And let me show you how I'm using it with an example from today. So I went on AI and asked the following question. Please do an essay why eternal existence is the only reality based on the following points. Add other reasoning where appropriate. So my points that I fed into it. Non-existence can never be a cognitive or perceptual experience. Personal existence is eternal existence, appearing as a flickering dream in an eternal now. And the eternal now is the entanglement of all personal dreams, and it is of the nature of pure consciousness, which is our true identity, as implied in the Sanskrit phrase Tattvamasi. Okay, so here we go with the answer in less than a few seconds. The concept of eternal existence posits that existence itself is a necessary and perpetual reality, as opposed to non-existence, which is logically incoherent. This perspective can be explored through several philosophical and metaphysical arguments. Non-existence as an incoherent concept. The notion of non-existence is paradoxical because it implies the presence of absence, which is contradictory. If non-existence were possible, it would have to exist in some form, thereby negating its own definition. Thus, existence is necessary because the very possibility of existence implies its actuality. This logical necessity makes existence eternal, as it cannot fail to exist due to the absence of a possible opposite. Then it goes further. Eternal existence can be understood through the lens of personal existence, which appears as a transient experience within an eternal framework. This aligns with the Sanskrit phrase Tattvamasi, meaning thou art that, suggesting that individual consciousness is part of a larger unified consciousness. This eternal consciousness is the true identity of all beings, manifesting as a continuous interconnected experience beyond temporal limitations. Pretty good, huh? Metaphysical perspectives. Metaphysical interpretations, such as those found in our eternal existence, integrate scientific, religious, and philosophical principles to explore the nature of reality. This approach suggests that eternal existence encompasses all that was, all that is, and all that will be, transcending physical and temporal boundaries. It implies a reality that is fundamentally interconnected and continuous beyond the limitations of human perception. In summary, the argument for eternal existence is supported by the logical necessity of existence, the metaphysical understanding of consciousness, and the interconnected nature of reality. These perspectives collectively affirm that eternal existence is the only coherent reality. So then I went further. I said, how does the idea of eternal existence influence our understanding of personal identity? Here we go. The idea of eternal existence significantly influences our understanding of personal identity by challenging traditional notions of self and continuity over time. This concept suggests that personal identity is not merely a temporal phenomenon, but is deeply intertwined with an eternal reality. it expands psychological continuity and consciousness. John Locke's theory of personal identity emphasizes psychological continuity, where consciousness and memory form the basis of identity over time. This view implies that personal identity persists as long as there is continuity of consciousness, which aligns with the idea of eternal existence. By focusing on consciousness rather than the physical substance of the body or soul, um, Locke's perspective suggests that personal identity is a dynamic, ongoing process that transcends physical changes. Of course, it is. Your personal identity has been changing over this lifetime, from a baby, toddler, all of that, teenager. Personal identity has been changing. In fact, if it didn't change, you would be concerned. But then let's go a little further. Eternal core subjectivity. Schopenhauer's metaphysics proposes that our core subjectivity is eternal, suggesting that the felt sense of self transcends time and space. This view posits a dual aspect of identity, a differentiated part. So, this is the differentiated part, characterized by memories and aspirations, and an undifferentiated part akin to pure perceiving. Now let's see the differentiated part, characterized by memories and aspirations, and we can also say imagination. And if consciousness is non-local, then the seeds of that personal identity and its evolution are contained in that non-local identity. I hope that makes sense. I am adding that on right now. That personal memories, imagination, and aspirations, which in Sanskrit, by the way, are called sanskaras. They exist as seeds of identity for ongoing evolution. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But now going back to what the AI said. So the AI said, a dual aspect of identity, a differentiated part characterized by memories and aspirations, and an undifferentiated part akin to pure perceiving. This undifferentiated part aligns with the notion of eternal existence, as it implies a universal, timeless aspect of identity that persists beyond individual experiences and bodily death. Very good. Soul theory. The soul theory posits that the soul is an eternal existence that defines personal identity. And in Sanskrit, of course, that soul is called jiva, okay, which has the seeds of memory and desire and aspirations and imagination for an ongoing recycling of identity and evolution, like a staircase. By framing personal identity in terms of an eternal soul, this theory suggests that identity is not confined to the temporal realm, but is part of a larger eternal reality. Implications for personal identity. The idea of eternal existence reshapes our understanding of personal identity by emphasizing the continuity of consciousness and the eternal aspects of self. It challenges the fear of death by suggesting that the core of personal identity persists beyond physical existence. This perspective encourages a broader view of identity, where individuals are seen as part of an interconnected, eternal reality, influencing how we perceive life, death, and our place in the universe. Okay, so now, would you agree with me that AI can help elevate spiritual intelligence by bringing together all these, the history of human thought and even the history of human knowledge and wisdom? Let me know what you think, and you can engage with me or my digital twin by going to digitaldeepak.ai. The book is available right now. So thank you for indulging me. Take care, my friends.